New developments in a story that we've been following closely at GMA. A judge has dismissed the most serious charges in a range of charges filed against more than a dozen Penn State fraternity members in the alleged hazing death of pledge Timothy Piazza, and he's completely thrown out the charges against 4 others.
This is a horrifying case, and it's not over yet. ABC's Lindsay Janis is in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, with reaction from Piazza's family and from one of the students who is now no longer facing charges. Lindsay, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. That verdict is a setback for prosecutors who say they remain determined to see these frat brothers held accountable for allegedly forcing Timothy Piazza to drink excessively, then failing to call for help until it was too late. This morning, the DA vowing to keep fighting for justice for 19-year-old Timothy Piazza, who was killed after an alcohol-fueled hazing ritual at his Penn State fraternity.
We do plan to refile charges. Certainly the manslaughter is being refiled. That was just a no-brainer.
On Friday, a judge throwing out the most severe charges of manslaughter and aggravated assault brought against Piazza's frat brothers, despite prosecutors pointing to surveillance video from inside the Beta Theta Pi house that they say shows a visibly drunk Piazza falling headfirst down a flight of stairs, struggling and in pain for hours, his fellow frat brothers ignoring him, waiting 12 hours before calling 911, then allegedly trying to coordinate a story.
The consequences of their conduct of the individuals who acted recklessly are very serious, and the Piazzas are going to see this thing through.
It cannot happen again. Nobody should go through this.
Of the 18 brothers initially charged, 14 will now stand trial on charges including reckless endangerment and furnishing alcohol to minors, while 4 others saw charges dropped altogether, including Joe Ems, who says he thought Piazza had too much to drink and was sleeping it off.
But you were there when Tim was laying unconscious on a sofa, correct?
Yes, but I was not really involved in the people taking care of Tim. I wasn't really fully aware of what was going on. I didn't see the fall.
This was your friend. Didn't you try to figure out if he was okay?
There were other people taking care of him.
Joe Ems is long gone before this morphs into a young fellow who looks like a drunken frat kid to a young man who's in obvious distress. He's home sleeping at that point.
Joe Ems says he wished he had known how badly Timothy Piazza was injured, because if he had, he would have saved his friend. Many of the defense attorneys who have represented these fraternity brothers have said this was a tragic accident and not a crime. Still, with the charges that remain, some of them could face as much as 1 to 2 years in prison. Dan and Paula?
Lindsay, thank you. As you know, I've spent some time with the Piazza family, and this is an incredibly hard ordeal for them right now.
It's reliving every moment.
Absolutely.
Over and over.